hear you're ready for your dose of reality.
To another episode of the Dr. Quack Podcast. I'm your host, Dr. Quack,
and I'm the important one, Mr. Mayhem, and welcome to round 2 for the tournament that never was.
Here we go, folks, and we got some matchups here. Thank you to everyone who voted on this. We really appreciate it. Invite your friends. Definitely want to see more people give us a clear, definitive winner.
Yes, and just to let you know, to speed up the tournament a little bit, we had 16 matches in brackets A, B, C, and D. We are now down to merging A and B together. So again, we're going to have 16 matches in here. This is A and B together as they're working their way down the tournament. So what do we got in round 2?
Yep, round 2 here. Start off, we got Malenko taking on Rick Steiner.
Wow. That's going to be a tough one. Rick Steiner was a very close winner in his match with Kevin Von Erich, if I remember right. Malenko trounced JV Noble, so this ought to be a really interesting. We've got the guy with the athletic, or with the skills from college, the amateur wrestling, the dog-faced gremlin, against the man of 1,000 holds, Malenko.
Yeah.
I really hope the fans don't just go with size and they really think close about this one. This should be a really tough match.
Yeah, this would definitely be a ground game. This would be a great technical, feat right there. I definitely can't wait to see that. Make sure you vote. And on the next one here, I got the Junkyard Dog taking on Eugene. Talk about a contrast of styles.
And then some. However, the personalities aren't that much of a contrast. They were both kind of happy-go-lucky kind of people, a little kind of goofy, but two people who really did connect well with the crowds. Junkyard Dog did it for many, many, many years. Eugene kind of faded when people realized his gimmick was a little not so fan-friendly, but Nick Dinsmore, very talented man. This would be another one. It'd be really interesting to see what the fans think.
Yeah, make sure you go out there and vote. On the next one here, I got Don the Rock Morocco taking on Michael P.S. Hayes. Ooh, this is old school classic here.
Yeah, this will be a fun one too. Don the Rock, classic, power, but very, very, very technically gifted. Against a guy known to be kind of a little bit sloppy in the ring, but another one who just captivated the crowd. You always wanted to see what P.S. Hayes did. So this is a toss-up for me. I really don't know yet on this one who I would vote for.
Yeah, I mean, skill and power all in this match.
Going to be a tight match either way.
Yeah, go out and vote. On the next one here, Michael Rotunda, IRS, taking on Ravishing Rick Rude.
Oh man, two guys that just, the technical mastery that these two guys bring to this match. This is probably going to be a big sleeper match. This might be, whoever's going to win this one, whoever you guys say, this is going to be somebody who probably, whoever loses probably could have made it into the final 8 on this one. So we're already looking at losing one of the big names that might have made it all the way there. So folks, we've been telling you the whole time, we can't stress it enough. It's your vote to tell us who's going to win. And this is a very important match, and it's on you.
Yeah, this is going to be highly watched here. Greg the Hammer Valentine, George the Animal Steel.
Wow. I can't think of a match they actually worked each other.
No, I can't either.
But the strength and of the hammer against the craziness of the animal.
Don't forget that flying hammer lock.
The flying hammer lock against the figure 4 leg lock. And Greg Valentine did do a lot of wild and crazy things in his younger days. If you missed it, check out the dog collar match with him and Roddy Piper from Starrcade 84. 84 or 83? 84.
84.
that match was intense. So Greg Valentine could bring the fight to George Steele. It's going to be interesting to see what the fans think on this one, too.
Yeah, that was 83. I'm sorry. Yeah, great matchup there. This is going to be one heck of a matchup here. Up next, Nikolai Volkov taking on the great Muta. I don't think the fans ever seen that one, and it's going to be an interesting fight.
Yeah, I don't think the fans have ever seen that. I cannot remember Muta actually being in WWF or WWE ever. And Nikolai Volkov was primarily a WWF guy. He was always loyal to the Northeast, so he was never really an NWA star. So this would be another really interesting one. Does the speed and brutality of Muta come out, or does the sheer strength, power, and surprising speed of Nikolai Volkov?
Yeah, I mean, this is definitely going to be a catch-as-catch-can kind of match, I think.
Oh, yeah.
You're going to see it. Dr. Death Steve Williams against Superfly Jimmy Snuka.
Wow.
I love it because of
Point flip.
Because of the unorthodox style of Superfly.
And Steve Williams was a little unorthodox, too.
Yeah, with that Oklahoma slam of his.
That Oklahoma slam, the Oklahoma roll, a lot of Oklahoma moves. This is going to be really, really, really tough. This is another one I don't know if I've got who I would vote for yet.
Yeah, and it doesn't get any easier, folks. Terry Bam Bam Gordy against the Soul Man, Rocky Johnson.
That's another, the guy that was part of the Freebirds, but mostly was a strongman in Japan against technical brilliance, but flash.
Yeah.
So this is going to be that's a really, really tight match. Man. I haven't got one yet that I've figured out my vote yet. So I hope you guys are feeling the same way. I hope you're doing a little research, really thinking on this, and taking the time to give a good, honest assessment.
Yeah, because, I mean, like I said, not getting any easier. Razor Ramon, otherwise known as Scott Hall, against Devon Dudley.
Oh, man.
Talking about producer behind the scenes now, Devon Dudley. You know, but he was part of the greatest tag teams, taking on the Outsiders half over there.
Yeah, Scott Hall was also a tag team champion in the AWA. Him and Kurt Hennig were world tag team champions.
Yeah.
Multiple time world tag champs as the Outsiders. But also a very strong Intercontinental champion, multiple time Intercontinental champion. So this will be really interesting. Wow.
Yeah, more mind blowing, I'm telling you. That's the way I feel about it. I'm telling you. King Kong Bundy taking on the Mountie, Jacques Rougeau. Master of the 5 count, baby.
The Mountie we make a lot of fun of on our podcast, which, by the way, if you haven't seen any of the other ones before this, go check us out. Go check out all of our videos. We have a little fun at Jacques Rougeau's expense. But as we said about Jacques Rougeau and Hercules Hernandez, they're in this tournament for a reason. They are some of the best wrestlers around. So the Mountie was a little goofy, but he was really good in the ring. They put the Intercontinental title on him. As Jacques Rougeau, he was a strong tag team wrestler. I like this match. I really do. I think I'd like to see this one in real life, too.
Yeah, that would have been interesting. Now, here's something that I'm not even sure it happened in WCW or not, but Jushin Thunder Liger taking on beautiful Bobby Eaton.
I can't remember it happening either. Beautiful Bobby was outside the cruiserweight realm, which Jushin Liger usually focused when he came into WCW, was in the cruiserweights. But Bobby Eaton, brilliant high flyer, the Alabama Jam, the original Alabama Jam. Man. Yeah. Jushin Liger is a clinic of Japanese puroresu style. Mm-hmm. That's another one. I think I'd pay some money to see that one.
Oh, yeah. I mean, there you go. Cowboy Bob Orton against the Honky Tonk Man.
Oh, boy. I'm laughing here because I'm picturing the match in my mind. I'm not knocking any one of these guys, but just thinking of Honky Tonk Man. We just recently covered WrestleMania 5. We're getting ready to do WrestleMania 6.
Look for that this week, by the way.
Wow, that's... Holy cow. Does the cast win out or does the guitar win out?
I'm telling you, it's going to be tough. I mean, on top man, the greatest intercontinental heavyweight champion ever, according to him.
Well,
And a lot of people.
Oh, thank you. Thank you very much. Well, thank you.
Moving on here, A-Train against Hot Rod, Rowdy Piper.
Ugh. Okay, so we now have our first one that maybe seem a little lopsided, but A-Train, trainer, trains guys down there in NXT and at the Performance Center. Matt Bloom, over his time in Japan, I'm sorry, the Lord Tensai that he brought over to the WWF was an abomination. The stuff he actually did in Japan, highly skilled, highly respected man in Japan. WWF puts a lot of respect on him because he's training people. So don't sleep on A-Train just because he had some silly gimmicks. Matt Bloom or A-Train or Lord Tensai, he's a force to be reckoned with.
Yeah, I mean, don't forget, Roddy Piper, their former Intercontinental Champion, Tag Team Champion, legend in his own right.
Very true, very true.
The icon, as he calls himself.
Hall of Famer, too.
Hall of Famer. Gerald Briscoe against Buzz Sawyer.
Two old school legends from the NWA.
Yes.
Gerald Briscoe, multiple-time tag team champion. His brother Jerry Briscoe was a world heavyweight champion. So he's going to be coming up at our next tournament. But we get Gerald Briscoe here. And, well, he kind of was a little bit of a fool in the Stooges. Double tough man. We reviewed him in our Starrcade 83 as a tag team wrestler. And Buzz Sawyer, double tough, part of the Brass Knucks movement of the NWA, but also a very talented wrestler. Missouri heavyweight champion. So both of these guys, very, very skilled and very double tough in the ring. This match would be the fight that just would go all night.
Yeah, this would definitely be a crowd pleaser. I can see that.
Oh, it would, and then some.
Yeah, so there you go. Arn Anderson against Mr. Unpredictable, Dick Slater.
These guys actually did a little bit of work together in the later stages of NWA and WCW era.
Yeah.
Their matches were kind of a toss-up. Dick Slater ended up being kind of his own worst enemy, and he got phased out of wrestling because he really was unpredictable. But that doesn't take away from the skill. And Arn Anderson, consummate professional, the original Iceman, that got the stare for days. This will be a tough fight.
Yeah, I mean, Arn Anderson, I think, is regarded as one of the favorites in this tournament, but Dick Slater, do not sleep on him.
I would agree. I actually imagine Dick Slater getting up into like the Sweet 16, so this is another one might be losing somebody who could have made it all the way.
And the final match here, Big John Studd, Big Match John, taking on the British Bulldog, JV Boy Smith.
JV Boy?
I'm sorry, Davy Boy. My mouth got talking. I need some water.
Well, you had Big Match John. You're trying to go for Big Match Dave?
No.
That's not Batista, so... Anyway, being serious here for a moment. Thank you, Landstorm. That's a great thing you gave the wrestling community, if we can be serious.
Yeah.
This is actually a really interesting match. Big John Studd, one of the great giants in wrestling, was actually really good with guys who were strong as well. Look at Big John Studd and feud with Hulk Hogan. He could handle guys who were just as strong as he was. And Davey Boy Smith was definitely one of the more powerful men in the World Wrestling Federation. So this would be a really interesting fight. I think Davey Boy would be strong enough to power slam Big John Studd, but would Big John Studd even allow himself to get in that position?
And don't forget that heart punch. Trust me, he still had that in his repertoire.
Oh yeah,
Big John Studd.
WWF just never wanted him to show it.
He never
But
did.
him and Ox Baker, many a people they knocked out with that heart punch.
Yeah. Well, that's it, folks. That is the 16 matches we have here for Bracket A and Bracket B. Look out next week. We'll break down Bracket C and D and move this along forward to crown the champion that never was.
And I'm looking forward to finding out who you think that person is, because we know who we think it's going to be, but what we say doesn't matter. We're just hosting the tournament. You're the one telling us.
That's right. I'm your host, Dr. Quack.
And I'm the important one, Mr. Mayhem, telling you to get out there and vote for Bracket A and B in the second round, and we'll see you on the next episode.
And get ready for WrestleMania 6 this week. And I'm out.